Welcome back to the channel. This is Roberto with Full Curl Precision again. I was just sorry for the late video tonight. I got a chance to finally put in some more data into GRT. I finally learned how to be able to insert different bullets. So here, let me turn the camera around a little bit and I'll show you what I. So it's kind of cool. Go right up here, you hit that. It comes up with these two options, GRT database and then user database. So I got the Federal Terminal Scent in here because it wasn't in there. The Nosler 165 grain AccuBond long range. And then Sierra, I did the 140 grain and 175 grain game changers. So I'm going to be able to do much better ballistic comparisons. The other thing too is I come over here. If I come over this way, I was able to put in these three. So I got, because there was no 7mm PRC in here, which is weird because they have the 6.5 PRC and the 300 PRC. My cartridge, the 6.8 Western, so I just modified the 270 WSM, and then I put this where I modified the 300 PRC and just updated the information. So I'm able to actually go through and actually give some updated information and kind of get the specs. And so in putting in for these different bullets, I was able to kind of do a comparison. So for tonight, I'm doing the 6.8 Western versus the 27 Ibex. So it's kind of some interesting numbers, a lot closer than you think. And I did toy with it. I kept these two, as you know, I could do with similar parameters. So same bullet, same barrel length. So we're giving it the same fairness across the board. And they're a lot closer than you think they are. So here we go. Let me turn the camera back around and you'll see exactly what I mean. I just wrote them down so I don't have to go back and forth between the screens and typing in all the numbers. This is really, really interesting. So here we are. 6.8 Western using 66.2 grains of Ramshot Magnum. You're getting 2886 feet per second and 3236 foot-pounds. 27 Ibex, 63.1 grains Ramshot Magnum, 2849 feet per second and 3155. So you're talking a difference of 37 feet per second. They're right on top of each other. So, yeah, there's a reason why I wanted to be able to seat the bullets out as far as I did. It's because it allows me to maximize my powder reservoir where I'm basically keeping up with 6.8 Western. The cool part about this, though, is this holds the extra round in the magazine. Whereas this one, you're lucky if you get 4 in the gun, period. Because just how fat those casings are. So this you could do a 4+1 very easily. Because these will fit in even my my Bergara B14, which does a 4+1. Actually, I think if you push it, you can even do a 5+1. But it's pretty typical with a case design like this to do 4+1 and 5+1. 3+1 is a lot. Typically, it's a 2+1. So you actually have way more ammo capacity with this design. And you're talking really, really close performances. If I pull up the Federal Ballistic Calculator, let me pull this up here. I'll go back and let's put these in and we'll do a proper data analysis here. We're going to go 175. Nope, that's not it. I jumped the gun. All right, where is 2886? It is a 633. Outside of that, we'll do the same thing. We're going to take this all the way out to, let's go out to 1,000. Why not? 200-yard intervals out to 1,000 yards. Zoom this in a little bit. All right. So if you're using the 6.8 Western, and let's say you somehow do get this 2886 feet per second, it seems like every rifle is a little different. But just for sake of argument, we're going to just say that this is the numbers you can actually get. So you're pushing the 2,900 feet per second mark, which is really good. At 200 yards, you're still maintaining 2596 feet per second, 2619 foot-pounds of energy. At 400 yards, you got 18.6 inches of drop, 2325 feet per second, 2100 foot-pounds. 600 yards, 63.3 inches of drop, 2070 feet per second, 1664 foot-pounds of energy. 800 yards, 140 inches of drop, 1831 feet per second, and 1302 foot-pounds. And 1,000 yards, 260.3 inches of drop, 1614 feet per second, and 1,012 foot-pounds. Okay, so not the flattest trajectory, but then again, these are also really heavy bullets, so I understand. But that's still got some good knockdown at range. If we change that now, go scroll up, and we're going to do 49. If we zoom out all the way, and we're just going to go straight to the end here. So at 1,000 yards, you're having 268 inches of drop, 1588 feet per second, and 980 foot-pounds. You're talking a difference of 8 inches of drop at 1,000 yards. That's not that much. I mean, it is like, you know, if you take your hand and you spread it out, that's about, from my pinky to the tip of my thumb is about 9.5 inches, something like that. I have big hands. So roughly, like, you know, that's a good amount. But here's the thing, though. That's well within the ability to dial your scope. So it's really not that much different. You know, am I saying that it's identical? No, of course not. The 6.8 Western is indeed a little bit flatter, but not by a significant amount. And then even if you look at this, so this 980 foot-pounds compared to the 1,012, you're talking a difference of 32 foot-pounds of energy. That's not significant. You know, 1588 versus the 16 something it was, it's not a big difference in velocities. The biggest difference you're going to see is your cost in ammunition. 6.8 Western, because it's being based on the 270 WSM, is significantly more money. Fortunately now, there's Savage is starting to chamber in them, so there's more options showing up in it. But, you know, that's not really a bad thing to be able to get that kind of velocities. Mid 2800s with that kind of a bullet, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And it's going to be less expensive to make your brass. It's going to be less cost for reloading because you're saving 3 grains of powder. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but you add that up over time, it is cheaper to be able to load this. And then the other aspect is having a larger ammunition storage inside the gun itself. So if you're looking for something that's going to deliver 6.8 Western type performance, but not cost the 6.8 Western, you know, overall cost of ammunition, this is your baby right here. This is going to do it. So that's what I have for tonight. I appreciate all that you're doing. I appreciate the support. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, and we'll talk to you again.